I feel like we really are on the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies. I think this is also like one of the key obstacles to mass retail adoption.
I think Bitcoin's awesome, but I do think that there's some more efficient way. I think the mining process is sort of this constant drag on the system, where it's kind of like sucking value out. And it's been okay to date just because there's been more money flowing into it. But at some point that will change. And at equilibrium, I think mining will be a huge problem.
If you're interested in blockchain and you want to make money, forget about sending money back to your uncle in France. This is where you should be thinking. This is the size of the entire economy of the world right here. GDP. This is the notional principle of all derivatives.
So basically, he said Lutnick is going to control the sovereign wealth fund. Now, all you have to do, if you want to steal $500 trillion of land and mineral resources, all you have to do is set up a crypto for land swap.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I be getting plenty. They want all your bags and they want all them empty.
What's up, good glitches? Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. We got XRP in the disbelief stage. We got the BTC dominance currently up around 7.46% since we hit this top at around $3.40. The BTC dominance was around 57%. When we hit this $2.90 mark, we're right around another 54%. Currently, the BTC dominance from this low hit a nice high at around 12%. Waiting on BTC dominance to fall off the map for XRP to get set up for that next moonshot. Taking a look at the USDT dominance, currently up around 16.28%. When both of these charts start to dip down, get ready for crypto to go up. Shout out to the latest sub. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, and buckle up, because the future's extra bullish. And let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today in the red, right around 3.28 trillion, down about 0.1% in the past 24. We got XRP currently right around $2.42, BTC right around 96K, got ETH right around 26 hundo. We got Stellar XLM in the number 15 spot right around 33 cents. We got one from Crypto Eddie. SBI announced XRP as a shareholders benefit again. A coupon code for receiving 2,000 yen worth of cryptocurrency. XRP will be presented. Estimated conversion date is July 31st, 2025. SBI, Japan, ready to set XRP on fire, pump our bags up. We got Cryptos R Us. Ripple CTO Joe Cat says we're in the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, which leads to mass retail adoption.
I feel like we really are on the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies. I think this is also like one of the key obstacles to mass retail adoption. A lot of people in the space previously thought that retail adoption was like the big wave, but I think institutional adoption is a precursor. You have to connect to where people are. You have to go to where the value is. You can't build a new financial system from zero, ignoring the existing financial system where everybody's money is, where all the value is, where the real world is, trillions of dollars in value. You can't just say, oh, forget about all that. Let's just build something new over here. That doesn't work. And so I think this wave of institutional adoption over the next year or two is going to be what's going to pave the way for mass retail adoption. And then we can deliver on those promises. Like, we all want to bank the unbanked, but like the unbanked, like they have to be able to spend their money to buy groceries and pay their phone bill. And so we have to have that institutional connectivity. And I don't think there are any obstacles. I think that's and I think this conference shows that.
We're on the cusp of something massive, the transformation of wealth, cusp of mass institutional adoption, which leads to mass retail adoption. They're on their way to pump our bags up. We got Uphold here. Here's your XRP report for the week. Instant Bitcoin transfers on the XRP ledger. Ripple's executive chairman Larson demonstrated instant Bitcoin transfers on the XRP ledger, a game changer for speed and efficiency. Why it matters: unlike Bitcoin's 10-minute confirmation times, XRP ledger enabled rapid, low-cost multi-currency transaction, showcasing its potential for cross-chain adoption. XRP, 100,000 times faster than BTC. We got Danelle Dixon. Regulators love transparency. Wall Street loves efficiency. Stellar delivers both. XLM, XRP. We got the digital asset investor. It was always Ripple and Stellar. Grown men will weep.
Yeah, I thought, hey, I think Bitcoin's awesome, but I do think that there's some more efficient way. I think the mining process is sort of this constant drag on the system, where it's kind of like sucking value out. And it's been okay to date just because there's been more money flowing into it. But at some point that will change. And at equilibrium, I think mining will be like a huge problem. So I wanted to figure out a way to again, solve this like distributed ledger that everyone agrees on without mining. And so that kind of led to the idea of that like underpin Ripple. But yeah, so I was hoping that people would use that and it would take off.
The flippening, so it begins. Utility coins, fast, efficient, eco-friendly, green. Know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why. They want your utility bags. Smoke Dog, remember, if you really want to make money with blockchain, then you should be looking at derivatives. Listen closely, follow smart money.
If you're interested in blockchain and you want to make money, forget about sending money back to your uncle in France. This is where you should be thinking. This is the size of the entire economy of the world right here, GDP. This is the notional principle of all derivatives, okay? These are all forwards, futures, and options, and these are all derivatives except interest rate swaps. This right here, interest rate swaps. Biggest universe that most of you have never heard of. Millions of lawyers, millions of traders, millions of accounts, all that can be put on the blockchain, okay? And all this clearing system and settlement system, which we took, Dodd-Frank is like this thick. This much of it has to do with clearing and settling of swaps. Okay, it's a nightmare, it's a mess. And we can take this whole system and simplify it with distributed ledgers.
Distributed ledger technology, AKA XRP, all the money, all the value. We got one from Axelar. Axelar is now becoming a critical piece of the XRP ledger infrastructure, set to serve as the primary communication layer for the entire XRP ledger ecosystem, expanding the potential of the XRP ledger with the XRP ledger. EVM, it's bigger than you think. We got one from Mr. Man XRP. Howard Lutnick is being positioned to manage the U.S. sovereign wealth fund with a strategy of using crypto assets to acquire real estate. However, concerns arise as these assets may have little real value. Lutnick has ties to controversial figures like Celsius, Sam Bankman-Fried, and now Tether, a company with questionable backing, no one-to-one reserves, no proper audits, and non-compliance with regulations. This raises doubts about transparency and trust. The situation suggests deeper hidden agendas at play with significant implications for the financial markets and the national wealth management. There's more happening beneath the surface than what is publicly visible.
But he said, as to the sovereign wealth fund, that will be Secretary Lutnick. And he forgot to mention the Secretary of the Treasury, DCENT.
Wow.
Because now that DCENT's turned over the Treasury payment systems, he's irrelevant, right?
Right.
And then he caught himself and he said, well, he's not confirmed yet, but after he's confirmed. So basically he said Lutnick is going to control the sovereign wealth fund. Now, all you have to do, if you want to steal $500 trillion of land and mineral resources, all you have to do is set up a crypto for land swap. You give him nothing and then you take the land and there you go.
Boy, that has banker written all over it right there.
Right. And if you can make it secret, which you can do in a sovereign wealth fund, and if they take real estate, they get protected from capital gains. You just make the whole country an opportunity zone from sea to shining sea, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Right. So now you are talking about making billionaires trillionaires. You're talking about Rockefeller and Rothschild level fortunes. And all you have to do is, create a meme coin and swap it for real estate.
Wow.
We got another one from Mr. Man XRP. Traditional markets are merging with crypto derivatives as institutions integrate blockchain technology. We've been extremely early. All along, retail will FOMO in as the prices of crypto assets begin to rise.
Even today here at this conference, having Coinbase and GSR join is kind of an example of that convergence to some extent where, I think, like I mentioned, the kind of native crypto derivatives market was developing in kind of one silo and the traditional finance market was developing another. I think already we're seeing that there's a need on both sides to identify those consistent standards from a documentation standpoint, from a best practices and credit and operational standpoint. And so we're kind of in the very early days, but this is, I see as prime example of the convergence that's happening and working together to solve all of those challenges, which will help have a much more robust and frankly, stronger market.
Yeah, I think, we're getting to that point of convergence where it's definitely about sort of commercial opportunities, but Josh, it's also about ISDA. It's also about the support infrastructure, right? It's also about things like common domain model, protocols, industry utilities, where both the traditional finance world as well as the crypto native world have shared interest in things like look at reference data from the traditional finance world, right? Places where they've looked to create industry utilities and where there could be a communal data pool, right? These things are really important when we talk about derivatives, not just from pricing, but actually creating the products, baskets, financial indices, things of that nature. So as we hit these points of convergence and as these places like ISDA, you had to look at sort of the full suite of what we can do at ISDA and what we can really achieve.
Riddles and bears, anybody? Flip the switch. 214, digital asset investor. The true intention of Ripple are to how 100% of the transactions would take place in the derivatives markets. Trillions upon trillions, moving quadrillions, saving billions. You know what's coming. They know what's coming. And they can't stop it. We got Mustache, L Crypto, altcoins. Sentiment is so bad here. I think it's time for the macro total 2 chart to remind people where we currently stand. Don't let it get you down. Better days are coming. Another one from Mustache. Every cycle had this capitulation candle before the parabolic run for altcoins began. Is it different this time? Titan and crypto, altcoins, golden cross imminent. Few still believe in an all season happening anytime soon yet. A major bullish crossover is about to take place on the weekly chart. Upwards, onwards. And we got Crypto Bull 2020 with all this negativity and recent crash. I would say XRP is in the disbelief phase, which means we have to go much, much higher. What are your thoughts? Taking a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding BTC, which basically just the altcoins. We're barely just now passing the midway point of the BTC halving cycle. As you see in the previous cycle, is upward and onward from the inauguration date in the 2016 halving cycle. We did another 73,000%. In the May 2020 halving cycle after inauguration date, we did another 1,400%. And here we are once again in the 2024 halving cycle as we pass the midway point. Trump said 100 days for regulation. David Sachs, 6 months, 180 days. Still aligning with our current bull cycle. And if we did half of what we did in the previous 2020 cycle, another 700 to 800% gain would take us to around 10, 11 trillion. And all it takes is a small piece of the prize to take us to the promised land for XRP. And the longer they take, the higher we keep on climbing. On that XRP rich list, top 10% holder, 2,500 XRP, top 1% holder, 53,720 XRP, top 0.1% holder, 400,000 XRP. What will those bags be when that regulation jar molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? We'll catch you up here on the mothership. BYOB, bring your own bags, be your own bank, be your own boss. And don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. Catch you up here at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Later, glitches.
Maxi, NC, it could not scale. Moon fam dancing, that rocket got stealth. Shitcoin, put it on the shelf. We headed towards the wealth. BTC, Maxi, Patsy, Moon fam clapping, they could not tell. Sheep trying to sell when it didn't turn out well. Blink of an eye, red candle, it all fell. Bitcoin was a demo, you ain't get the memo. Net memos, SEC settle, we blasting off the ghetto. Big bags on me, middle finger to the devils. Rocket fly itself, no keys, no pedals to the top. I need a medal. Stay holy in my temple. Ripplenews.